Hello, I'm old Mr. Kent on my morning E-Trike ride, 82 years old, and I thought I would share some information that I have learned about my E-Trike. Now, pardon me, if I start talking and writing and breathing, I cough a lot. I don't think I have valley fever or anything because when I'm sitting on my easy chair at home, perfectly fine. But somebody was a little concerned about that, and I don't blame them, and I appreciate it. Okay, so anyway, if you have been watching my channel, way back when I was I was patching tires, putting the inner tubes in, things like that, and I laid my trike, on its right side, and I'll put a picture up. The secondary chain that runs back to the axle was loose enough that it came off the sprocket laying sideways, and that kind of jammed things up. So then I thought, okay, there's a chain tightener on that, and so I tightened it up, and that was that. Well, then recently I've got over 600 miles on this trike, and so I was riding along the other day, and I heard this click, 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 click sound as the wheel turned, and I hadn't heard that before. It just kind of showed up, and it reminded me of the first trike that I had, which I also got from electric e-bikes. It reminded me of that same sound, which eventually that sound turned into a squeak on that trike. And by the way, I'll just stop right here and tell you the story. The bearing on the right side of the trike went out, and I called them, and they said, we'll send you a box, pack it up, and send it back, and then we'll send you a new trike. So this is the trike they sent me, all right? Well, because it just kept getting worse and worse, and so anyway, and so I got the new trike. Well, then of course I was, if you've been watching my channel, I was changing, patching tires and stuff. We'll just say that, and bouncing around here, and so I tightened that secondary chain up really tight. And so then, like I say, here recently I'm hearing this squeaky sound. Well, it's not squeaking yet, it's just clicking. Same as before on my other trike. And so I got to looking at it closely, and I thought, huh. So then I decided maybe that chain is causing it, tighten it up like I did. And so I loosened that chain up, and the clicking went away. And by the way, in the meantime, in order to double check, I put the trike on a little stand, lift, to keep it off the ground, and I got down close with my ear while I set the throttle and put it on cruise control so I didn't have to hold it. And by the way, I learned something more about, or I forgot to tell you something I learned about cruise control, so I'll try to remember that. So anyway, so I put it on the stand after, well, let's see, that was before I loosened the chain. And sure enough, on each wheel, as it went around one time, or as it was going around, it made this clicking sound. I don't know if it was every time, but anyway, it was clicking every time that I turned it. So then I thought, okay, so that's when I decided I'll loosen that chain. And so then I loosened the chain, and I went for a ride after loosening the chain, and sure enough, that clicking sound was gone. So I wonder if I don't know how it all works back there, but that chain goes back to the differential, which is connected to the axle, and so I don't know, but anyway, turns out that clicking sound went away, and so I guess I don't remember when the clicking sound started when I had the other one, but it was probably around 600 miles, because then I kept going and it kept getting worse. And by the time I got to 1,000 miles, it was time to contact them. And they were really good about it. They sent me a new trike, and then they do. I don't know if you're familiar with electric e-bikes, but they do super customer service. And just in case you haven't been following my channel, this monitor was sitting in the sun one day, and things here in Arizona get real hot when they're sitting in the sun. I turned it on to go for a ride, and it burned out right away. As soon as, I mean, it came on, and then it died, because running the current through it when it was hot. Okay, so they replaced that. I called them up, and they said, we'll send you a new one. Like I said before, I had to pay $100 to get a new one for my e-bike from a different company. And then, of course, if you have been following, then lately I had to replace the front brake system, and they sent me a new one free. You know, the hand grip and the bike and the calipers, the whole thing. They sent it free. So I guess what I'm saying is they're a pretty good company, but that chain being loose seems to make a difference for when it's tight. And so if you do the mechanic work on your trike, make sure that secondary chain isn't real tight, because apparently that has something to do with the system. In fact, I'm gonna send an email to electric bikes and tell them my experience. Maybe they can make sure those chains aren't too tight when they come off the line. So anyway, so I got that, and then I had something else. Or do I have something else to say? I don't think so. I think probably this is going to be the shortest video I've ever made, but I do have one coming up tomorrow that is going to be a little more exciting than this. So stay tuned. In the meantime, I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.